Hi guys, Alex Peak Performance Reviews, and welcome to another vlog. And welcome to another video, you would have seen from the title, on the FK8. Obviously today we are answering lots of questions from you guys from both Facebook, Instagram and YouTube questions, and we wanted to get your thoughts on this current 2017 to 2020 model edition FK8. Like I say, in the very near future I've got a press car coming, and it will be the facelifted FK8. We were meant to be getting one now instead of this FK8, but unfortunately COVID happened, and it's really meant that a lot of these FK8s have been delayed all around the world. The UK is one of the ones that has been affected, which means that order deliveries and press cars have not been delivered. So there's no facelifted version in the UK at the moment. Orders can't even be taken, apart from obviously for this current model. I think there's not that many left, so hit up John Banks, like I say, links in the bio. But yeah, we're going to give this another load of drives, and we're going to get loads of media on this car, and we're going to answer some questions about how it feels in everyday conditions as well as other conditions and whatnot. But yeah, we're going to answer your questions, so watch on and I'll tell you lots more about the car. One of the first things actually what's noting is actually on these GT models you get so many mod cons and extras, and I love them because it makes it weirdly feel like a super fast executive car, which does exist, but is often a diesel car or a big expensive £60,000 plus company car or something like that. But yeah, you get kind of everything you'd expect from in a £40,000, £50,000, £60,000 car in one of these in a GT form. So it's proper loaded up with all kinds of features, like Honda sensing, which has got the kind of lane keep assist, anti-collision identification on the wing mirrors. It's got adaptive cruise control, which is the one that basically has the sensing and the sensors on the front of the car, and you can adjust the distance of where and how it senses, and then that will basically slow the car down automatically for you. When you pull out somewhere else into, like, say, the fast lane, it'll go back up to the cruise control speed. I remember only having that or test driving something like a Golf R and a couple of other cars that had that, and I've tried it and it works really well, and I've tried it on this and it works an absolute treat, and I really like it. That being said, it's not like my favourite feature on the whole car. My favourite thing of the whole car is the drive. It literally is, it's in my opinion, as a driver's car, 100% is the best handling hot hatch there is out there. Not in other conditions. In general dry conditions, there isn't anything better than this. It handles and corners more flatter than any car that you can buy on the market, and all for 35k max. Obviously there may be a little bit of a price increase with the facelifted version when it does finally get announced. Yeah, Honda envisions that it will only be a price increase of about £600. I'm driving along, I'm really happy as Larry, and I'm currently in R mode. I must admit, I've had the car a few days now, and I've really got to drive and appreciate what else it does aside from just handling really well, and it's actually a lot. Like I say, it's packed with features, but things that you wouldn't normally think about talking about, I find myself talking about because it's actually so good at lots of other things, and that is actually to live with. So I'm going to go back down to comfort mode. If you go from R mode down to comfort mode, it obviously changes the map within the mode, so it will probably change things like boost, peak boost pressures, and also things like throttle aggression, as well as probably timing and things like that. So it becomes a lot less aggressive. Obviously the remote, it's called a remote control, valve control inside the exhaust will close somewhere in that three-piece exhaust, and it will stop drones and kind of certain frequencies, so it's a lot quieter. you can feel it, and straight away you notice the map changes, like I say, the feel of how it will feel a little bit slower. It still feels quick in comfort as well, but definitely the feedback from the steering wheel is a lot softer, so it's less heavy, so it's got less weight to it, but it's still, you know, you still throw it around and it still handles amazingly, but that is the one thing you will notice, and that is the main difference you notice more than anything, and you can feel it straight away. And obviously the dampeners change also, so the dampeners settings are again being more soft, more pliant, so you can kind of get used to, or you can kind of have the comfort of a car when you need it to be comfortable, I guess, and then you can have the aggression if you want the aggression as well. The other thing I've noticed that I'd say, you know, a lot of people probably will dust over or won't talk about, apart from the auto throttle blipping, which I bloody love. It makes gear changes through the box, down through the box, seamless, and I actually love that. And also I've noticed that the gearbox, going up the gearbox, it is just, this engine is so smooth despite being turbocharged that you basically get a really seamless, smooth change, which you just wouldn't think you'd be able to get. And then the other thing I'm going to talk about is the visibility. It is just absolutely fantastic. You would not believe how much visibility you have in this car. Like I say, it is a really you know, big car, and you know, it's got all those body kit parts on it. You see that spoiler, you see the big wide arches, and you think to yourself, I bet that's going to be dire, especially with that spoiler. And I honestly have to say that visibility wise, between the mirrors inside here, the two sides, and yeah, through the kind of the two rear windows and the rear window, the visibility and what Honda have done to this car to make it really kind of easy to see out of and see your surroundings is incredible. It's I don't think it's matched. It's really unmatched, and you just wouldn't believe it's possible. So again, props to Honda for doing that. One of the other things I also haven't talked about much, which I talk about to friends when I remember, you know, saying about how good this FK8 is what's been done to the body. So there are a few fake vents, being at the two front ones, which are, I think, in the facelifted one are not going to be fake anymore, but there's still lots of vents around the car that are basically doing things. So they're channeling there to cool brakes, to cool coolers, to keep the temperatures down, but they're also channeling air to essentially work like active aero, not kind of electrical active aero. I don't think there's anything that kind of moves and adjusts and pitches, but there is airflow that basically is moved around the car purposefully to give it downforce, and the car has actually been developed in a wind tunnel. So one thing a lot of people don't realise is there is function to those looks, and it is a Marmite car. I think you'll either love it or you'll hate it. That being said, I feel it's a bit like a Mark V Supra. I know a lot of people that hated those cars when they first came out. I liked it, but they start to say, oh, I like that car. And in the flesh, honestly, through the years, when you see it up close and personal, when you see the flared arches and the cuts and the grooves and the functional aero, I think you're wowed by it. I know someone as an engineer of past like me would certainly testify. It is it's something you kind of marvel at and wonder. And when you're sitting and standing near it, you actually appreciate it for what it is, and it's really grown on me, basically. I didn't like it when it first came out, funny enough, and I now actually love it. My missus has always loved it, and yeah, I've had to have it grown on me, but yeah, I love it. I see them now, and I just think they're so aggressive and so purposeful, and I really like the styling. Question to you guys: if you were to buy one, what colour would you have? Obviously, this one we had the Sonic grey metallic, or Sonic metallic grey car, or silver car in the last video. Correct myself if I'm wrong in the bio. And this one is the Rally Red, but I really like it in the red. This is actually the I was going to say default colour. It's the standard colour that actually costs nothing as an option, which is quite cool, because actually it's a really nice colour, and everyone has a differing opinion, and that's why things are subjective. Colour, looks, and you either love it sometimes or you hate it. But you know, I think I like the Championship White the most. I think the carbon bits that you get on the car, and if you add carbon bits to it, and the red obviously of the Type R, those bits look really good on a white car. So I think carbon and red looks great on a white car, and you can see all the vents and everything really nicely with the blacks on the white. So I like white. And Championship White, as a Honda lover myself anyway, historically, you know, the kind of history that goes with the Championship White colour, and that's why I like it as well, so it's cool. But yeah, hit us up in the comment section as to what you think your favourite colour is, and maybe I'll stick on just up the top there, option, and a little kind of tick box, multiple choice there. So click up there on that multiple choice and decide what your colour you would prefer. There is some new colours actually, so I'll list the new colours in there as well, and if you haven't seen them, check them out online, and yeah, see what you think, because obviously the new Boost Blue is a bit like the nitrous blue on a Mark III Ford Focus RS, so it looks nice. I think it's a bit, it's adding to an out there car even more, so personally I like it, and I like that obviously it's exclusive to that car, so you really would know that was a facelift if you had that colour. People that looked on and didn't know the different colour, that was a different colour, might still think because the changes are subtle that it still is the same car. The noticeable features on the new car is the winglets, the colour-coded winglets that are on the front. Obviously there's air opening, there's 25% more airflow going through the front, so because they've had to redesign that, it's affected the aero, and because it's affected the aero, they've had to add the winglets, and the winglets have added the downforce back after it had been removed from opening up the sections where required to get the airflow in. The reason why Honda done it is in some really hot countries, on track days when people really pushed it, even in the UK, maybe when people have really pushed the car hard, I've heard of a few people getting the car hot, only to the extent that the car will look after itself, nothing that's going to put the car in jeopardy or do anything dangerous or bad to it. So what Honda has done is they've done that with the grille to give it 25% more cooling, which is amazing, and then they've gone, let's chuck in a uprated radiator and a few other little bits to aid cooling as well, which is just mega. That aside, anti-roll bar changes, uprated bushing in the rear, revised dampeners with a new kind of processor that goes on the dampeners, which processes the road at 10 times faster speed. Excuse that, the car's just decided to go on because it's been off while the ignition's still been on, which is good, like a start stop. You can turn that off, but yeah, it is just a car to marvel at. Like I say again, the throw in the gearbox is really short, but some people put short shifters on this, so Honda's just gone, we're going to include, or they've put a shorter throw on the new facelifted version. As well as that, they've put a new shift knob, which is even nicer. It's a nicer weighted shift knob out of the factory on the facelifted one again. And then the steering wheel, rather than being leather like this one, is now going to be Alcantara. The interior's also had revisions, so even though the interior is a very nice place to be, and it's very nice in here, very functional in the GT with the wireless charging, and the car looks great. I think the interior is gorgeous. The seats are beautiful. The new one is going to have a revised interior that's even more high end, so it's going to look great, and I can't wait to see that, and I can't wait to share that with you. And it will be you know, pretty damn soon actually. It's going to hopefully be within a month from what I'm hearing, or around a month. So yeah, that's just rumours, so it's things I'm hearing. It might not be, it might be longer than that. Apparently there's going to be an announcement in a week or so, and then they're going to hopefully give us a definitive answer as to what's going on with the facelifted version, and how to order and where to order and when in the UK. So keep an eye on that and our channel, and we'll give you updates on that as well. So yeah, let's give the car a little bit of a shakedown before I kind of finish the video off. Let's see what this little bad boy is like in R+ mode. It's just so good. It is just the handling is, like I say, it is just literally race car like. There just isn't any. There isn't any other hot hatch that has the proper raw mechanical grip of this thing. Absolutely not. Just let the car do the talking for now. Even actually hear some wastegate noises as well, which is amazing. Really, really cool. Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm just going to leave the video there because I don't really need to say much more, and for what I needed to cover today, I think I really have. So I hope it's kind of helped you or anyone thinking about buying either this model or the revised kind of facelifted version that's coming out soon. But yeah, like I say, there is a full review video of this car, which I've done kind of more on. Again, I've linked it in lots of other videos that I've done recently, and you can see it again top right hand corner if you want to do that. But yeah, the summarization of this car is it is just unbeatable. I just think if you want especially if you want a raw driver's car and you want the quickest proper hot hatch from point A to point B, in dry conditions certainly. Obviously it might be a little bit different in loose conditions or wet conditions, but in dry conditions there still isn't a better car on the planet hot hatch wise than this car right here. So on that, I'm going to leave you there. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, like, share, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next one, guys. Bye for now.